I find these days you hear about farm to table, bean to bar, and other movements that focus on sustainability, local sourcing, and transparency in food production are all the rage. But I have in my hand a bottle here that takes the idea of grain to glass to a whole new level, and perhaps pushes the idea of what a single malt whiskey should be. I'll talk about this a little after I give the bottle a taste. Here we have the Glenbow Whiskey from Bridgeland out in Calgary, Alberta. It is made with 100% malt from Alberta, double distilled and double barrel aged in both new and old American oak, without additives, coloring, or chill filtration. If I heard it correctly in an interview, they even finished this whiskey in their own Tabor corn bourbon casks as well. We are looking at 47.1% here, so let's give it a pour. Color-wise, it's got a beautiful, bright, golden shine. Really like it. Oh, that nose is nice and light. Rich cereal, malted barley, really fresh with a bit of toasted grain. Sweetness like a sugary candy with vanilla. Maybe just a hint of florals and citrus. Really pleasant, complex, a lot going on. Really nice. Light and creamy mouthfeel, not heavy bodied at all. The sugar candy on the nose is sweet on the palate, like a whipped honey and like a rich cereal. You can tell it's a young single malt because the more immature a whiskey is, it typically has a more grainy and spirity flavor. As they mature, they typically get more balanced with a complex palate. I'm getting a bit of a grassy note, some toasted cereal, and fresh bread, but I really like it. The florals and citrus are still here. Yeah, the florals and citrus are still here, but maybe like a bitter marmalade. It finishes with an unexpected earthiness. Something like light cloves and blended honey. That honey lingers nice and soft, not overpowering. I would love to pair this with oysters. Something bright and fresh to complement the young oak and honey. I really like this. Okay, so you might be wondering from the start, how does this whiskey redefine the idea of a single malt? This whiskey from Bridgeland comes from a single distillery, using barley from a single field at a single farm. They even list on the label the field it comes from. I love this, and it really reminds me of Waterford in Ireland with their hyperlocal, terroir-driven approach. But back to the point, the barley from this one farm is then malted by itself by red shed malting. So, single distillery, single grain, single field, single malting house. They use glacial water in Alberta and is matured 2 years in new American oak, treated with a number 3 char, which is a higher level char, and after that is put in ex-bourbon barrels from Texas. The name Glenbow comes from the town by the same name, which is known for their rock quarries used to supply the stone in many of Calgary's first buildings. So a cool bit of heritage there for you too. So to wrap it up here, this bottle of the Glenbow whiskey is a fantastic and affordable little bottle. I highly suggest you check them out. I don't think they'll be that cheap for long. I'm really glad I picked this one up, and as mentioned earlier, they were kind enough to gift me a bottle of their Taborcorn Bourbon 101 whiskey, a brand new release that just hit their shelves, so I'll put a link over there to that review too. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.